Welcome back to our deep dive series on human resources.
Yeah.
This is number 5.
Oh, hi.
And we're kind of shifting gears a bit today.
Yeah.
To explore the fascinating world of non-financial motivation.
Yeah. We've spent a good amount of time talking about the financial side of things, salaries, bonuses, all those tangible rewards.
Right.
But what about the things that money can't buy?
Yeah.
The perks, the environment, the feeling of being valued.
Right.
That's what we're diving into today.
Exactly. And it's not just about making employees feel warm and fuzzy.
Right.
These non-financial motivators can actually have a huge impact on productivity, loyalty,
Yeah.
even a company's bottom line.
Absolutely. And in our source material for today,
Okay.
GCSE Business Studies, Human Resources, they actually call these perks fringe benefits.
Ooh, I like that.
Which sounds way cooler, right?
It does sound cooler.
It's about understanding that employees are people with complex needs, not just workers showing up for a paycheck.
Okay, so let's unpack some of these fringe benefits then. What kind of things are we talking about? I mean, we all love a free coffee.
Right.
But surely there's more to it than that.
Oh, there's definitely more to it. Think travel subsidies, gym memberships.
Wow.
Even things like providing uniforms.
Interesting.
The source material even highlights a company called BrewBliss Café that offers free coffee and gym discounts to their employees.
Well, free coffee is definitely a good start in my book.
Right.
But I'm guessing the point here is about more than just the stuff.
Yeah.
It's the message behind it, right?
Exactly. It's about showing your employees that you care about their well-being.
Yeah.
Inside and outside of work.
Okay.
And that can go a long way in building loyalty and boosting morale.
That makes sense. So it's about creating a positive work environment where people feel valued and appreciated. What are some other ways companies can do that without breaking the bank?
Investing in training is a big one. Think about it. If your employer invested in your professional development, wouldn't that make you feel valued? Like they're genuinely interested in your growth.
Absolutely. It shows they're willing to put resources behind your future and see you succeed.
Exactly. And again, BrewBliss is a great example here.
Okay.
They provide barista training to all their employees,
Interesting.
which not only improves their skills, but also gives them a sense of accomplishment and opportunities for advancement.
So training is like a win-win.
Yeah.
Employees feel valued, and the company gets a more skilled and motivated workforce.
Precisely. And that leads us to another key concept, job enrichment.
Okay.
It's about giving employees more responsibility,
Okay.
more challenging tasks,
Yeah.
and more opportunities to make decisions.
Well, it's like leveling up in a game, right?
Yeah.
You gain new skills,
Yeah.
take on tougher challenges, and ultimately feel a greater sense of accomplishment.
That's a perfect analogy. And just like in a game, when you're given more responsibility and autonomy, you're more likely to be engaged and invested in the outcome.
And BrewBliss does this too, right?
Yes.
They give their employees some creative freedom to come up with new menu items and even lead events.
That's right. They encourage initiative and ownership,
Wow.
which is incredibly motivating for employees.
Yeah.
It shows that the company trusts their judgment and values their input.
Okay, so we've got fringe benefits training and job enrichment. These all sound like great ways to motivate employees without having to constantly reach for the checkbook.
Yeah.
But what about the human element, the way managers interact with their teams? How does that play into motivation?
That's a crucial piece of the puzzle.
Right.
The source material contrasts two management styles,
Okay.
democratic and autocratic.
Right.
And I think we can all relate to this on a personal level. Think about a time when you felt micromanaged
Oh, yeah.
versus a time when you felt empowered to make decisions.
Yeah.
Which one was more motivating?
Oh, there's no comparison. When I'm trusted to make decisions and take ownership of my work, I feel so much more invested and engaged.
Exactly. And that's the essence of a democratic management style. It's about involving employees in decision-making,
Yeah.
listening to their ideas and giving them the freedom to take ownership of their work.
Which seems to be a big part of BrewBliss's success.
Right.
Their democratic style creates a sense of shared purpose and ownership.
Yeah,
And that translates into a highly motivated workforce.
absolutely. And it all goes back to meeting those deeper human needs.
Okay.
Not just the basic ones.
Okay. Now, I'm really intrigued. What are these deeper needs, and how do they play into motivation?
That's where Maslow's hierarchy of needs comes in. It's a psychological theory that explains human needs as a pyramid,
Okay.
starting with the most basic needs at the bottom
Okay.
and building up to more complex needs at the top.
So it's like a hierarchy of needs.
Exactly. It's a hierarchy that shows us why people are driven by more than just money. They need to feel safe, secure, connected, and valued to truly thrive.
Okay, so let's break down this pyramid. Where does it all begin?
At the very bottom are the physiological needs, like food, water, shelter, the things we absolutely need for survival.
Right, you can't really focus on anything else if your basic needs aren't met.
Exactly. Once those are taken care of, we move up to safety needs. Feeling secure and protected. Having job security, knowing that your needs will be met in the future.
So it's about feeling stable and having that sense of security both physically and financially.
Right. And then we move up to the third level, which is all about love and belonging.
Okay.
This is where our need for connection comes in.
Wow.
Feeling like we're part of a team, having positive relationships with colleagues.
That sense of community is so important.
Yeah,
It can be incredibly motivating to feel like you belong and have people you can connect with at work.
it really can. And that brings us to the fourth level, esteem needs. This is about feeling good about yourself,
Sure.
having confidence in your abilities, and being respected by others.
So it's not just about being liked, it's about being recognized and valued for your contributions.
That's the key. When people feel like their work is valued
Yeah.
and they're making a real difference, it boosts their self-esteem and motivates them to do even better.
Okay, we've covered the first 4 levels.
Right.
Physiological safety, belonging, and esteem. What's at the very top of this pyramid?
At the very top is self-actualization. This is about reaching your full potential, pursuing your passions, and living a life that is both meaningful and fulfilling.
Sounds pretty aspirational. Not sure I'm there yet.
It is the highest level, but it's something to strive for. And in the workplace, it means creating an environment where people have the opportunity to learn, grow, and make a real difference.
So how does Maslow's hierarchy tie back to all the non-financial motivation tactics we've been discussing?
It gives us a framework for understanding why these tactics work. For example, offering fringe benefits like free meals or gym memberships can help meet those basic physiological needs.
Right.
And providing a safe and secure work environment addresses those safety needs.
And things like team building activities and opportunities for social interaction can help fulfill those belonging and connection needs.
Exactly. And when you provide opportunities for growth, recognition, and responsibility, you're tapping into those esteem needs. And when you create a workplace culture that encourages learning, creativity, and personal growth, you're creating a path toward self-actualization.
It's all connected. It's about understanding those underlying needs and creating a work environment that supports employees at every level.
Precisely. Maslow's hierarchy shows us that money, while important, isn't the only thing that motivates people.
Right. It's about creating a work environment where people feel valued, respected, and motivated to do their best work.
And when you do that, you create a positive cycle.
Okay.
You invest in your employees, they feel motivated, they perform better, the business succeeds, and everyone wins.
This is really fascinating. It makes you realize how much more there is to motivation than just offering bonuses or raises.
It's about seeing the whole person and understanding what truly drives them.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah.
We've talked about fringe benefits, training, job enrichment management styles, and even Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Yeah.
That's a lot to digest.
It is. But I think the takeaway here is that non-financial motivation is about creating a work environment where people feel valued, respected, and empowered.
It's about fostering a culture of appreciation, growth, and genuine connection.
Exactly. It's about understanding that employees are human beings with complex needs, not just cogs in a machine.
It really is. And it's almost like this kind of flips the script on the traditional view of work.
I think you're right. It challenges that old school mentality of employees just being there for a paycheck
Yeah,
and employers holding all the power.
exactly. It's more of a partnership, right? Where
Yeah.
both sides are invested in each other's success.
Absolutely. And that's where non-financial motivation becomes so powerful.
Yeah.
It's about creating a win-win situation where everyone benefits.
So where does this leave us then? What are some key takeaways for our listeners who might be thinking, okay, this all sounds great,
Yeah.
but how do I actually apply this in my own workplace?
Well, a good first step is to really listen to your employees. What are their needs? What are their aspirations? What would make them feel more valued and motivated?
That's a great point. It's not about guessing or assuming.
Right.
It's about having those open and honest conversations.
Right. And don't be afraid to experiment.
Yeah.
Try different things. See what works for your team and your company culture. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to motivation.
And remember, even small changes, can make a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
A simple thank you, a little bit of recognition, can go a long way in boosting morale.
Absolutely. And I think it's important to remember that this is an ongoing process.
Yeah.
Motivation isn't a one-time fix.
Yeah.
It's about consistently creating a work environment where people feel valued and inspired to do their best.
So it's about building that culture of appreciation and growth.
Exactly. And speaking of growth, it's pretty incredible how AI is being used to create content. Like this big shout out to Google Notebook LM for the assist.
I know, right? It's amazing how AI is making learning more accessible and engaging.
The possibilities really are endless.
This deep dive was a PLC strategy production, aiming to create engaging content that supports learning and revision using AI.
We believe that everyone should have the tools they need to succeed, and we're excited to be using AI to make that happen.
Thanks for joining us on this journey into the world of non-financial motivation. We hope you learned something new and feel inspired to create a more motivating and fulfilling work environment for yourself and your team.